I want to read you a story. There's a Japanese monkey, it's called the macaca fuscata. Okay? It had been observed in the wild for a period of over 30 years. In 1952, on the island of Koshima, scientists were providing monkeys with sweet potatoes dropped in the sand. The monkeys loved the taste of the raw sweet potatoes, but they found the sand unpleasant. An 18-month-old female named Emo found she could solve the problem by washing the potatoes in a nearby stream. She taught this trick to her mother. Her playmates also learned this new way, and they taught their mothers too. This cultural innovation was gradually picked up by various monkeys before the eyes of the scientists. And between 1952 and 1958, a period of 6 years, all the young monkeys learned to wash the sandy sweet potatoes to make them more palatable. Only the adults who imitated their children learned this improvement. Other adults kept eating the dirty sweet potatoes. Then something startling took place. In the autumn of 1958, a certain number of Koshima monkeys were washing sweet potatoes. The exact number is not known. Nobody has any idea how many there exactly were. But let's suppose that when the sun rose one morning, there were 99 monkeys on Koshima Island who had learned to wash their sweet potatoes. Let's further suppose that later that morning, the 100th monkey learned to wash his sweet potatoes. Then it happened. By that evening, almost everyone in the tribe was washing sweet potatoes before eating them. The added energy of this 100th monkey somehow created an ideological breakthrough. But notice, the most surprising thing observed by these scientists was that the habit of washing sweet potatoes then jumped over the sea. Colonies of monkeys on other islands and the mainland troop of monkeys at Takashiyama began washing their sweet potatoes. Thus, when a certain critical number is achieved in awareness, this new awareness may be communicated from mind to mind. Although the exact number may vary, this 100th monkey phenomenon means that when only a limited number of people know of a new way or a new discipline or a new set of principles, it may remain the conscious property of those few people. But there is a point at which, if only one more person tunes in to the new awareness, a field is strengthened, so that this awareness is picked up by almost everyone. We are living in a time where we all know this, we all say this, we all get the consciousness of this planet is changing. And I used to absolutely believe that teaching in the teen church and working with the young adults was the most important work I did because I was facilitating this great change in consciousness that they would bring about. But I have changed my mind about that. Because this great change in consciousness is happening right now. It's happening right before our very eyes. And guess what? You are an important piece of that puzzle. If you were not important, you would not be here. The vibration of this planet is raising exponentially right now. A friend of mine yesterday was speaking to my beloved Lisa and I and said, there's an incredible number of people who are actually opting out right now. People who are choosing to make their transition and move on to the higher vibrations of life because the vibration here is more than they can bear. This is happening. It's going on right now. And the 100th monkey effect says that the importance of your consciousness right now on this planet is that you might be the 100th monkey. You might be the one whose consciousness raises up to that point that creates that tipping point where the entire planet changes overnight. And if you don't believe that can happen, you're not paying attention. There's only one consciousness. We are each participating in it, and as each of us raises our consciousness, if there's only one, it's the ultimate example of a rising tide lifts all boats. If I raise my consciousness this much, you're coming with me. There's no place else for your consciousness to go. So we raise up together. That's why we're important together. That's why there's importance to this community. That's why there's importance to all spiritual communities. No matter what faith they follow, no matter what kind of lifestyle they lead, there's importance in everything they do because it raises the consciousness of the planet, and we are creating that tipping point that will create an entire world for all of us. I want to leave you with one thought. We all talk about prosperity. In New Thought, prosperity is a big deal. Prosperity it's everywhere. It's an abundant universe. Prosperity is our right. Well, we have somehow diverted ourselves on the pathway to prosperity because all we're thinking about is getting. Prosperity is about having, isn't it? It's about getting, it's about having. I want to draw a little line for you. It's called the difference between prosperity and prospering. Prospering is about being. Prospering is about filling my mind with all the greatest thoughts I can get my hands on. Attaching myself to great teachers, great mentors, great principles, great ideas. And as I prosper my mind, as I expand the consciousness of me, I make room for the stuff. That's what Esther was talking about. Where's my stuff? It's a different time. It's a different consciousness. It's a different planet. And you just need to make your peace with that. Because your importance is undeniable. And your contribution is amazing and is making a difference. Anybody, the next adult I meet in my coaching and in my counseling, next adult I meet who doesn't have a worthiness issue will be the first one. We all have that not enoughness thing that goes on in our heads around something. But the truth is, what I said a little earlier, you're here for a reason. You're an important piece of this puzzle. So give it all you have. Get happy. Be happy. Milk this life for all the good you can possibly get out of it, because guess what? That's why we're here. I've been trying to think of a way to fit this joke in all night. So the final piece is a joke. My dad used to say, always leave them laughing. Woman's doing her dishes in the kitchen, and she looks out the window, and there's her young son playing with the cat. And the kid has the cat on his lap, and he's like talking to it. So the mother opens the window, and little Johnny is preaching to the cat. And the mother says, wow, how cool is that? Little Johnny's playing church with the cat. That's neat. So she goes back to doing the dishes. And a couple of seconds later, she hears this god-awful screaming meow from the backyard. She looks out the window, and there's Johnny baptizing the cat in the pool. And she screams, Johnny, don't do that. The cat's afraid of water. And Johnny says he should have thought of that before he joined my church.